Dad's Gaming Podcast.
All right, welcome to the Delirious Dad's Gaming Podcast. We are here with the big man, the beast from the east, Ryan Maddox.
I am from the West. Maybe you never learned the old never eat shredded wheat, but California is definitely West Coast. But I still love you. And how you guys doing?
I was thinking of Wagner. It was like east, kind of northeast from where I'm
Oh,
at.
okay. So you were actually thinking the beast in the east, not from the east.
Well, right now you're
I get
from
it.
the east.
It's okay.
You're from the east.
No problem. Mistakes were made.
You were born in Oklahoma. It's fine.
I was not born in Oklahoma.
Yeah, you were.
Who told you that?
You did.
Never.
A long
Never
time
did I
ago.
tell you that. No.
Born and bred.
Nope.
Yep.
Never happened.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've got Hunter.
Yeah, I'm just over here
something-
waiting for my introduction.
He's something from the north. What rhymes with north?
I don't know.
I don't either. So, Hunter, the guy from the north.
The dork from the north. There you
Wow.
Not really, but let's go
go.
with
Not,
it.
really,
That's
not really
me.
dorky, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work.
All right. What's up, guys?
What an intro. We can redo
Really
that.
smooth. No,
No, I really liked it.
You always really like it.
Yeah, because
I don't think there's ever anything you don't like.
I like it when it's all natural. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you like to stick something up your and then
Hi, this
change
is
things.
Delirious Dad Gaming Podcast. How are you?
Oh,
You did
like
not
the
say it
robotic-
right.
that was a horrible robot voice. I appreciate the burn though. It was good.
Well, robots can't feel burns, so it's no big deal.
Yep.
Clinton's over there like, our
Exactly.
octave was off by just a notch, so can we do that again?
Wow.
Mhm.
I never bug you about your sound anymore because it's
Oh
fixed,
yeah,
pretty much. Until
Hunter,
go
the way
to
you were
stretch
smiling
and
when you
grin.
said that, you could really hear it.
You could hear my smile or my...
Yeah.
How you hear a
No,
smile?
you could hear your. I don't know. I'm just making things up that Clint would say. You guys both lost it right there, like it was real, like I was being serious.
I felt like there was seriousness. As if I
No,
know
not
you.
at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Actually, I think you can hear a smile. You ever listen to somebody, like even a podcast or something like that, you can tell that person's like happy and smiling when they're talking, or you can tell if they're like, kind of monotone in it and stuff like that.
kind of just
like-
there, like we're reading
Yeah.
a script right now.
Yeah, I don't think a smile
Mhm.
just brings smiles when you see it. I think a smile can bring a smile when you hear it. Write that down.
True. That's true.
Ooh, good.
That's true. So what kind of gaming have you been doing, Hunter?
No.
I know last week the missus was gone, so you had to get something in.
Well, I'm disappointed to say I really didn't get as much as I wanted to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I did
Well,
play a
what
little
you
bit
been
of
playing on?
Apex.
A little bit of
Play
Apex.
a little bit of Apex. And I got on and played with my PlayStation Throwback a little bit, but man, I really was planning to get on and play some video games this week. But when your head hits that couch
Mhm.
after a day of work and your wife's out of town and you don't have any responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you just get lost in Netflix and Hulu, and
Okay.
that's kind of what happened to me this week.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
you.
Hey, for everybody out there that likes the Netflix, the Stranger Things 3 season trailer is out. So you should
Oh, really?
check that out. Yes.
I thought you were about to
So,
say the season is out. I was like, oh no, I
See,
can't sleep tonight.
The season is supposed to come out on July 4th.
Okay,
Independence Day.
still a ways away.
Yeah.
I don't care about the trailer. I'm not a trailer guy. I already like the show. I don't want to
That's
ruin
right,
anything.
You don't like getting ruined. Hey, but the
That's
kids
hilarious.
look grown up though, man. Just makes me feel
Yeah.
even more older, you know?
Yeah.
So Dustin in that show, my niece looks exactly like Dustin. You guys don't
Is
even know
that
who
a
I'm
good
talking
thing?
about.
Dustin's the one with
Dustin,
the
curly
Yeah, the
hair,
curly-haired guy.
really
Yeah.
curly hair. Yeah,
with
she's
the
got super
dysplasia.
curly hair. She
Well-
looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, and of course she's a toddler, so she doesn't have all the teeth in
Oh,
yet. So
okay, I
she
got
looks
you.
like
You know who he reminds me of? The curly-haired guy. He's got that same thing about him that, like, back in the day when Shia LaBeouf was doing the show.
Mhm.
What was it called? Even Stevens, right?
Mhm.
I always said this guy's going to be. He's not just a kid actor. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
he's going to be bigger than this because he's got something about him
Right.
that's just real funny. He's charismatic.
And then kind of
and
went off the
his-
deep end and ruined it.
Well, he might have later, yes, but even when he went into movies as he got older, he definitely was more than just a Disney actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
guess
even know
he
what's
did some
going on with
serious-
him now.
I guess he did some serious roles though.
I did.
Well, you don't have to
enjoy
do
him.
serious to. You don't have to be
And, like-
serious to be a good actor. I just mean,
Yeah.
I didn't think he was just going to be a Disney guy. I knew he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
going to go on to
I
bigger,
know what
better
you're
things.
talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And I
'Cause
got the same thing with this kid. He's funny. He's just got
Some
a
of them-
natural thing about him that's really funny.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some of them just get stuck on Disney Channel. Like,
Right. Well, that's their skill level. They don't really have
Yeah.
anything. They're not full par. Like, not anybody could act in a full scale Warner Brothers production movie.
Right.
They just don't have that skill. I think this kid will, though.
Who's Shia LaBeouf?
No, this new kid.
Oh. I was
The kid
about
that
to
plays
say,
Dustin.
I love Shia LaBeouf, but he just kind of fell off. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him either.
I think the kid that plays Dustin and the main character kid, the main one. What's his name?
The
one
main
that the
character,
girl likes.
not the one that's gone, but the
Right,
one
the
that's
one-
friends with 11. Yeah,
The lead. Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember either.
He's pretty talented.
Yeah,
It's Lucas. Isn't there Lucas, Dustin, Will?
Will.
yeah. No, Will's the kid
one
that's
that's
gone.
lost.
Okay.
I can't
All right.
remember.
Was lost.
Dustin is the darker skinned kid.
No, Dustin's the one with curly hair.
No,
Lucas.
not Dustin. Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
They're
And
all
then
good
why
actors.
can't
Well,
I forget? Why am I
I don't
forgetting
either.
his name?
I don't know. Let's just call him Steve.
We should know.
There's people right now just like, no. How do you not know his name? I'm
You're
a super
ruining
fan.
this.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, the show's awesome. I don't care what their names are. To be
That's
honest,
right. That's right.
we know the characters. We know what role they play.
Ryan, you playing anything these days?
I've been playing Frustration. It's a game that happens when you try to use Shadow lately.
Yeah.
It's just been
Streaming
driving me
service has
crazy.
been lagging. Yeah.
Is Shadow kind of taking a dive?
It's just like, I don't know. Used to it never did it. But then now it's like it's only wanting to work when you get your megabits per second lined up just perfect. And I've got like real good high-speed internet. And we check it all the time. It's never dropping. And now we've been running the Shadow test deal, and we have no packet loss. But we still, unless I lower my megabits way down below what my internet's capable of, and then suddenly the two sync up right, if that makes sense.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's super annoying, but at least we kind of got it working the other night, and hopefully we just keep it there now. Hopefully that works.
Yeah. Get it figured out.
Yeah, we'll have to try some Warframe maybe.
I got a new iPhone XR over the weekend.
You told me you weren't going to upgrade to the iPhone.
But I did. So there
You said you
go.
weren't going to buy a phone that didn't have a headphone jack, so you
I
lied?
did it. I did it.
Wow. You're just a crony. Is that
They
what they
have
call that?
brainwashing skills. When you
Yeah,
walk
for
in,
sure.
and then they hand you that slick phone that feels the proper weight in your hand, and it's all just like, it's just.
And I know it goes into my
Intoxicating.
iTunes like perfect, and it already has all my apps and already has all my contacts.
Oh my
The
gosh,
first thing
it's
you want to
lazy.
do.
That's
is
what they
slide
hope
it
they
into
can do
your
to you.
Pocket.
See, if you're an Android guy, then you can switch to any of those Androids, and you still got all your apps and all your contacts and all that stuff. And then when you go iPhone, they get you locked in, man. They're just like, oh, you're not going to leave this system. We got you in this network here. They got you, bro.
You got a good point, except for Android's booty
It's
sauce.
okay though because
No way.
Ryan used to be the iPhone guy, and then all of a sudden one day he's like, "Check out my Android iPhone 6."
Well,
he's kind
because
of
used to,
he's kind of a bandwagon hopper.
no, I have no problem with admitting the fact that I go with what's best. Okay, and so used to Android sucked compared to iPhone. There was not an Android in comparison to like the iPhone 1 and 2. There wasn't an Android that was like anywhere as good, if that makes sense. So, but it still drove me crazy the whole time I used Apple. I hated iTunes. I hated the way everything was just the Apple way only. Drove me crazy. And then all of a sudden Android said, hey, guess what? We're going to make high quality phones too. We're not just going to leave Apple to make the only good, well-built device that when you look at it feels like a little masterpiece computer in your hand. We're going to have these other brands that do that. And I said, okay, see you later, Apple. Nothing against them. They're a great product in the sense of they're not less than Samsung and things like that. It's really about the way they're exclusive. That's what really gets me. It's not like they have a worse camera or worse screen or, you know what I mean? They're just as good quality-wise. And they probably have less problems maybe with slowing down. Seems like the last few years a lot of people are mad because they're slowing down now too. Yeah, I mean, for me, Android is – I'm more of a free spirit, and Android is for those kind of people.
Right.
You don't like being a part of the yacht club.
Yep.
Right,
I get it.
exactly.
I think for me, what sells me on Apple right now is because I got my Apple Watch, and it's so nice. I've tried Android before. I'm not one of those people that's just been exclusive to Apple, and I hate on Android. Like, I've tried it. I've gone off of it.
What did you try?
Well, I don't remember the earlier ones.
HTC or something?
I did have an HTC, and I actually liked that one better than the other Androids that I tried. Like, I would compare the one I had, I don't remember what model it was, to an iPhone and say that I liked it almost as much. The problem I had was the freaking charging port would wear out on it faster than I could even... I mean, it seemed like I got it fixed, and then, like, 4 months later, it was having the same issue. And so I got really ticked off and went back to iPhone. And iPhone's charging ports now, even the little mini USBs, are like beautiful. Like, they don't wear down. Like, they fit in there perfectly. So I guess if that's my only complaint about Android, that's
Well, it seems
not
like
the worst.
my Android, my previous versions, was about a year in, I would start having charger problems. Like I got to wiggle it just the right way to get it to charge, and that has driven me crazy. But not at all with the since they switched to Type C.
Gotcha.
Since they switched to Type C instead of a micro USB, I haven't had any problems at all.
That's good.
Yeah, I used to have to put it in college. I used to put my phone on my desk, plug it in, and not touch it. I had to like move it at a certain angle and just leave it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that wouldn't even
Lay
work. I'd
hands
come
on
back.
it. Pray
I'd
before
come
you
back
leave.
after I had it sitting there. You know how frustrating it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
think your phone's been charging for 45 minutes and you go back there and it's still dead. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, super frustrating.
Hey, you know what's more frustrating? Have you ever had your phone like it's almost dead? You plug it in and it dies, just like instantly when you plug it in.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, that my old phone used to do that. It used to drive me crazy. It'd be like at 3% or something like that, 4%. I'd make sure I get it plugged in because I'm using it, and as soon as I plug it in, just it's off. What?
done.
And then it's at 0. How is that 0? How did it just go down to nothing? Used to drive me crazy.
Earlier iPhones used to do that. I know what you're talking about. I was like, do they have like a 5% reserve or something?
I don't know.
What is that?
Hey, you mentioned the Dexter, the game, the old cell phone game.
Yeah.
I can't even find it in iTunes.
Oh really?
I mean, in Apple Store. So I guess they probably just discontinued it. Probably just quit supporting it.
Maybe. I mean, that was a while ago when me and you came across it.
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
kind of feeling nostalgic. I was like, I'll go back and play it on my big phone, and it was like, no.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I was like, meh.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so
Well, that was a
today-
different intro than usual, but that's okay.
It was. We were still talking about techie stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It goes along with gaming. But today on the podcast, we're going to be discussing, our Epic Dads, Epic results. We're also going to be going over some gaming news. I'll be presenting that. And then later on, Mr. Hunter's going to be doing some gadgets and gifts. So that's kind of the plan for today. We got a lot to talk about. So let's just roll on in to Epic Dads, Epic Results.
Epic Dads, Epic Results.
And it's that time again on the show where we talk about how awesome we are and why you should strive to be the ultimate dad.
Is it the ultimate dad or the epic dad?
Epic dad.
Yeah, I think epic dad's more inclusive, and that's what today's all about, right? I mean, the modern day, epic dad means many people can fit. Ultimate dad is kind of like one. We don't want to exclude nowadays, right?
No, we don't. Captain Marvel kind of excludes because she's ultimate.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay, but she's a female, so they're allowed to kind of do things as guys we're not allowed to do. Right?
No comment.
Wow.
So I will tell you an epic plant fell that happened over the weekend. So we're headed to a birthday party yesterday after church, and I had a nice button-up shirt that I wore to church, and I was wearing just an old tore-up white undershirt underneath. So when we got home, we gotten home with enough time to take a little break in between church and going to the party. So I took that button-up off, and I laid it in my car so I wouldn't forget it. Well, we ended up taking a different vehicle. And this party is a good 35 to 40 minute drive, depending. And it's out in Manford, Oklahoma. I don't know if, for those of you who are not around the Oklahoma area or have ever been to Manford, there's really not much out there. It's a lot of country out there. So we're already like halfway there. And I realized, oh no, I forgot my button up. And I've just got this super big hole on the left side where it's just, there's nothing but boob and armpit.
Most people don't even keep undershirts to that point, just so you know, Clint. Like, an undershirt might be a little dirty, but we just don't have, boobs and armpits hanging out of them.
That
We
usually
track
turns into a shop rag.
You can't say that.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
You wear tank tops that have your boobs hanging out.
Yeah, but
they just don't fit properly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's no rippage or tearage on those.
Well, needless to say, that was my epic fail. So we had to turn the other way and go hit up a Dollar General. So we were a little bit late for the party.
Does Dollar Jenny sell some clothes? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a nice one, actually. It was like a dry fit. I guess I won that battle in the end.
Yeah? Was it comfy?
Yes, it was comfy. Hey, by the way, I have no idea still why Claire kicked your daughter in the stomach yesterday. Still don't know.
I didn't know Claire kicked my daughter in the stomach yesterday. We're not friends anymore.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You still want to do the podcast, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah. Business partners. I got
Okay,
Yes.
I want to rewind a little bit. Was the dry fit skin tight?
No, because I'm
Okay.
fat.
I was going to
So
say,
skin tight
comfortable for
doesn't
you,
really
not
work.
anybody else at the party.
No. I've wised up. XL's now the new size. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Claire kicked Rory yesterday for whatever reason, but Rory didn't come tell me. She didn't. She kind of came out of the room. She was like not wanting to play
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, and so she was walking by, and I was kind of listening to her, and she was walking over to her mom, Tiffany, and she was like, "I don't want to play in there no more." Claire kicked me in the stomach, and so I was like, "Oh." So
Ryan, you just need to teach her to like rub her face across the carpet next time.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, what if Rory kicked her first, or what if they were wrestling or something like that, and then a kick resulted out of it. All of a sudden, you just spanked your kid for no reason.
Well,
What a jerk!
I know my daughter, and she couldn't give me and she couldn't give me a reason as to why she kicked her. But she
Gotcha.
said, "Yeah." I said, "Did you kick her?" "Yeah, I kicked her hard." I said, "Why? We don't kick our friends." Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then she said it again today. We're like, "Why did you kick her?" "I don't know. I kicked her hard in the belly." It's like, oh my gosh. Like, okay.
She definitely, like, when I'm wrestling with her in the front room and I go down on all fours, she starts kicking.
hmm
I remember that.
I think this was like a standing kick.
That's
Because
what I'm saying.
it sounds like there was something going on, and then Claire just kicked her. That's what it sounds like to me.
Gotcha.
Like both
From
of
what
them
I
were
could gather.
standing?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't seem like it was like something to where Rory was like on her trying to wrestle her. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I tried to get the truth out of her, Ryan. I'll waterboard her later.
All right. Just kidding, guys.
Just
I'm
kidding.
I'm not gonna really waterboard her later.
No.
It'll be past her bedtime. Got to do it sooner than that.
Oh, bird. Jeez. That's brutal.
Wow.
Man.
Well, so
that was
just
a
an
lot.
epic fail, or you got anything else?
I think that's really about all I got as far as little Claire Bear goes. There's plenty of fails, but I try to block those out of my brain. We just go
Gotcha.
with mostly successes.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Any wins or fails for you boys?
For me, you basically, what's been on my mind lately is how it's innate in us to win, right? Like we're taught not to cheat, but if we weren't taught not to cheat, we wouldn't even consider it cheating. We just do whatever it takes to win.
Right.
And you don't really realize that until like later you realize, oh yeah, I don't do that in this sport because I was taught that that was a wrong thing to do. But I definitely would do it if nobody told me it was wrong because it would help me win. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yep.
And so I'm seeing this play out when we play games, like when I play games with Rory. If she makes up the rules, the game is so out of balance that it's ridiculous. Like
you definitely start losing. There's no way you're going to beat her.
yeah. The rules, because she'll lay out the two different characters, and clearly it'd be like you're playing a game, and I'm gonna say, okay, there's two characters, but she doesn't tell me like first, like who's gonna be what character. So it's just like by chance, right? So there's gonna be two characters, and one character, their name is Winnie the Pooh, and their power is they can stick honey on you, right? And if you get honey on you, the honey sticks for 5 seconds. You can't move. So you're thinking, okay. And then the other character is going to be the Hulk, and he can jump over buildings. He could throw you across the room and kill you with his pinky. So I'll be Hulk first. Like, wait, no, that is not the way this game is going to play out because I'm automatically going to lose. Yeah, that's why I picked Hulk. I mean, it's just like, for the kid, it's just like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it works.
It's like, no, that's the same thing as cheating. You can't just take the advantage. But that's the way every game goes. Like, she may structure a game like that from the beginning, and those are the funniest. But sometimes they start off real even. Here's the two rules. And she thinks, I've got a chance of beating Dad with this setup that I've made. We're playing this game on the trampoline we play all the time where Dad lays on his back in the middle of the trampoline. She has to run circles. If I catch her during the circle, I get a point. If she makes a full circle without getting caught, she gets a point, right? And there's always like, it starts off normal. Just here's the rules. I do this, you do that. Then suddenly I get ahead, and it's like, 3-1 or something like that. And she's like, okay, I forgot to tell you. Your back is stuck to the trampoline, so you can't roll over or anything like that, to reach me. And I'm like, okay, so I try to adjust for that. I'll get her again. Okay, there's another rule I meant to tell you. You have to be centered. She told me yesterday. You have to be centered in the trampoline. And so you're closer to this side than that side. I said, Rory, hold on. Let's think about this. She said, what? It's just a rule, Dad. I said, listen, if I'm centered in the trampoline, I can't reach either edge of the trampoline. So all you have to do is just run around the edge. And literally there's zero chance of me catching you because you just glued me with the last rule.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, yeah. Just like, okay.
This is okay.
Right. And I'm like, no.
Hey,
And
that
so-
reminds me of when we're arguing, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
You kind of make out the rules as we go.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah,
That's
to the
for sure.
parameters. Yeah. She
Yeah,
gets it from you.
Yeah, definitely. She definitely gets it from me. Tiff, that's her mom. She just laughs all the time. She just sees the kind of things like the little scenarios she puts me in, and she's like, oh, yeah, little taste of your own money. She's already better at beating you mentally than I am after 10 years of being married to you. So it's fun to watch a 5-year-old play your own game. And I'm like, yeah.
It's in her DNA.
Yeah. But, and it's weird because as you think about that, you don't think that that's what we would do. But in reality, if you go thinking about a game, no matter what sport it is you're playing, that's true. Yes, we would do anything to win. That's really what it's about, is winning. And we only don't cheat because it's called cheating.
Yeah.
It's only because someone said that's not allowed, or else we would just do whatever we can to win. And so it's just funny to kind of run into that with your kid, especially, Rory's 5.
Yeah.
And that's probably been developing over this last year, where you're seeing her reasoning go through her head on, okay, I'm going to plan ahead on how I could be, the winner here. I've got a special power that does this, that always is going to make me be better than you. Yeah, it happens all the time now.
Hey, it's the same thing with sharing. They naturally grow up not wanting to share. My dad brought home some, or came over, stopped by and brought some brownies. Claire had already had a brownie. He'd given her one, and so she ate it. No big deal. Well, then he wanted another brownie, but he was going to share one with her. So he said, hey, Claire, why don't you get us another brownie and we'll split it in half? She said, okay, Papa, I'll get it. Reaches in, grabs the brownie. He says, all right, give me my half. And she pinches off a tiny corner from the right top corner of the brownie. Here you go, Papa. He goes, no, that's not half. She said, this is mine. You can get more.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyway, we made her half it with him, but it's just funny how they naturally are like, mine, and I want to win, and you sit here,
Oh, yeah.
And
it's not like they don't get it. It's not like, oh, they're just cute. They're kids. They didn't realize it's not half. No, that's a lie. Because if you tore that little corner off, and handed it to her, she'd be looking at you like, are you crazy?
Oh,
like, that is not half.
Meltdown City. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's great. You gotta love it. Hunter, where we at? What we doing?
Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about Ryan's story a little bit. But I was just going to say, I remember making up rules and stuff with games with my brother, but I don't ever remember doing that with my dad. My earliest memories of my dad was playing basketball with him in the front yard and him just sending the ball back into my face, stuffing me, like.
Oh, man. Nice.
But,
that's just how my dad was. That's how I am. I'm competitive. Like, when me and Rhett get out there, I'm going to let him go up for a couple layups and then just send the ball, Like,
just see
make me
Hunter
feel like a big man.
Smash him into the court.
Dunk over him. Yeah. So, anyways, so this week, Natalie was gone all week on business. She went to Orlando. Last year I got to go with her, and we got to go see Disney and Universal and all that cool stuff. So I was kind of sad I didn't get to go this year. But anyways, she was gone all week. I guess my little epic dad thing that I can think of is I got into Rhett's nursery, and I was able to clean it up. I got some stuff out of there. And put some boxes in the shed that were in that extra room, and cleared out we had a bunch of the children's church stuff in there because we're pastors on Sunday, we cleared out all the extra balls and all the extra games and took them down to the warehouse. And so I just kind of got it nice and tidied up in there. So when she got home, I was like, come here, babe, I showed her, and that looks more like a nursery now. We're just missing.
You got some good brownie points for that.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
When you're in there and you're, setting up a nursery and going through that stuff with your baby coming, do you ever kind of just slow down and start thinking about, like, the reality of there's going to be a baby here that will now be always here? Like, it's going to be another member.
It's hit me probably once or twice when I've been in the nursery, which is a very small amount compared to how much I've been in there doing stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm just setting up this room for my wife at this point. I'm not even thinking about, this is for an infant, And I think the real big one for me was when I put together the crib, and I stood up and stood back and looked at that crib, and I was just like, that's for a little guy. Like, that's for my little guy. Like, that's
my
crazy.
son.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It is, and you don't think about it all the time.
right.
You only think about it, like you said. I think before Rory, like I thought of the reality. Oh, it's not like I didn't know we were going to have a baby. That's not what I mean. But the reality of there's going to be a baby here, like a real life baby that's ours, that's not anybody else's, and that we're responsible for, and it's going to go everywhere with us after this day that it's born.
Right.
It's just a complete. It's not like it changed every aspect of life, but it's something that's there in every aspect of life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, I remember that hitting me, I don't know, a handful of times, not a ton of times, before she was actually born. And then when she was born, it was like, And I can imagine some dads out there that kind of never let that hit them before the kid's born.
Well,
And it would be
close to that probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably hit me like less than a handful of times. I think it'll hit me a couple more times when Natalie's gotten bigger, and I'll be able
when
to
she's
feel
getting real
the baby,
close.
moving, and then of course when the baby's delivered, it's gonna smack me right in the face. Like, whoa.
Well, I mean, even me right now with a second pregnancy, right? And we've got another one coming now and everything. For me, it's not real yet.
Yeah.
It's like there's a baby coming, but the idea of another baby, another person now living with us again forever, seemingly. Now, it's not there. It hasn't manifested. It's not in my head yet. It's just sweet, we're pregnant. You know what I mean? That's it.
Hey, it didn't hit me until 2 weeks ago, basically when I started my new job. I put up Claire's bed. I think that's when it actually hit me, when we moved Claire to the other room.
It hit you that you had Claire?
No, it hit me that it hit me that baby's coming.
It's one of those, we've got a 2-year-old.
I'm just joking.
Wow. I'm all serious, getting into the intimate dad talk, and then y'all just pump me. I like it.
I was moving Claire's bed, and I thought to myself, wow, I have a 2-year-old daughter. I forgot.
Yeah.
Hey, it did make me feel
She's
a little
real.
Weird. It did make me feel a little weird, though.
I believe you.
Holding a twin-size bed for your baby. And then I'm calling her my baby, and then I'm thinking, I'm about to have another baby.
Another baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be my baby.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I have all this love for my babies? You know what I'm saying?
2 sweet girls.
Yeah. Crazy.
Weird thought to me. Sorry, before we
go for it.
The weird thought to me that I've been having recently, you guys might not relate to this, is like me and Natalie love our dog so much. And I'm starting to think, like, when that baby gets here, they're taking the back seat, obviously. And how that's going to look different. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikhail used to always be, like, real tentative of Tama, and now it's just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Quit barking. Don't wake that baby
I feel bad,
up.
but I feel like that's how, I'm going to try to do my best to still love on them, but...
Oh, you're going to want to kill Maggie when she's waking up, Rhett?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be pissed.
We've never had much of a barker for a dog, so we never had that issue. But, when Rory was born, the dogs kind of were just, they never really, other than, they didn't get as much attention, but we were always real big about our dogs, too. They go inside with us. They're not just outside dogs. And, and they're bigger dogs. And, real quickly, the dogs became part of Rory's life. Because little kids, they love dogs. Some people are real weird. Oh, don't let your dog get around your baby. And I get that. If that's your preference, that's fine. For me, it was fine. And Rory loved them. She loved the dogs coming over and being able to grab their ears and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But, we trusted our dogs and we never had any issues with it. But especially as she gets just a little bit bigger and, was able to lay on the dogs and stuff like that, it's something in one sense, the dogs become a little less because they're not really your kid anymore. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in another sense, they become a different kind of member of the family because you see the way they are connecting with your kid, which is a new dynamic for your dog, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so,
that'll be cool. Yeah, because we definitely plan on them being a part of Rhett's life. I mean, we're not freaking out about it. We think they're both going to be really good with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird to think about, like, we give all of our attention to them. They're like our little babies right now. And I have a Boston Terrier named Maggie, and we have a black lab mixed with an English pointer. His name is Max.
And that one's newer, right? Just recently.
He's newer, but he's more mild-mannered, listens to me better than Maggie, and all that stuff, And so we're excited for them to be a part of Rhett's life. It's just weird to think about the changes of having to try to give more attention to them and be more, I don't know, just not let them become part of the background.
But they won't with the kid because there's a thing about animals where they know there's a baby and they know that that's not a grown person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's this intrigue in them, and they're going to be super excited and happy about the fact that there's a baby in there. They're going to be all interested in it, and so they're not just going to, disappear and become part of the background. They're going to be all over that baby.
I think if you push the dog away and keep the dog away from the pack, then that's when they get kind of
Right.
jealous or sad or, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's just a weird thought I've had. I had a husband dadding Phil last night, actually. I laid down and fell asleep on the couch for a little bit. When I woke up, my wedding ring was gone.
Oh, nice.
And luckily, I just have cheap wedding rings. I have those silicone ones because they're kitchen. Because I'm a chef. I work in the kitchen. Those are approved. You can wear those. If it was a regular metal ring, I couldn't wear it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I only have a couple of them though, and I lost mine last night. I still haven't found it. So
Wow.
It came off while you were sleeping?
yeah.
I've never had one come off before.
Yeah, mine's kind of loose on my finger. When I first
Gotcha.
got these, they weren't, and
Gotcha.
my fingers have kind of gone down and swelling, I guess. I don't know.
That's good.
And so they just slip off sometimes, and I guess I was messing with the blanket or the pillow, and it came off because I didn't notice till later. I looked down, and I was like, oh, my ring's gone.
Yeah. If
But-
you lost it in the house, you'll probably come across it.
It'll come back up
unless
somewhere.
one
It's
of the
probably
dogs
in the
screwed up.
couch cushions. I'll find it.
So you didn't.
And
look
if
too
not,
hard.
I'll buy some new ones off Amazon. So
That's how you do it.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
You got anything else you want to say, Ryan?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
You're looking chipper tonight.
I'm always looking chipper.
Nah. There's been a couple nights where you looked a little rough.
Mm.
Kind of beat up around the eyes.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely-
definitely days
Kinda had that
where you work
raccoon
12
look
hours
going.
on the roof.
Well, no, because we started this podcast after that. But,
Well, you did some roof and stuff at the church not too long ago.
oh, yeah, I looked rough that day. I'm thinking Christmas lights. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that day I was definitely worn out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got on real late. But, yeah, there's been nights I look worn out. I feel good right now.
Good.
Feel
You
wide
look
awake.
Good.
You look good. You look.
Look healthy.
Thank you.
Look like you're slimming up a little bit.
I hope so.
I need
Hey.
to swim.
I really appreciate all the love you guys are pouring on me. Feels good.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
just-
stirring the bromance
Hey,
up
just
a little
wait
bit.
for the other shoe
Yeah.
to drop.
don't know
Podcast
what that
isn't
means.
over yet.
Oh, okay.
The other
gotcha.
shoe, the opposite.
Yeah.
It's an old term, kind of like coming down the pike.
Oh,
So
okay,
now-
we're going to
so
go
now-
there again?
So now we need Hunter to look up why they say, wait till the other shoe drops.
I've never heard it. So I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know who
never
they are.
heard that either.
Okay, Hunter, look it up. Here you go. You're our data guy.
We believe it exists, Clint. It's not like the Pike thing. I believe that exists. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
not like something they say. Like you're acting like it's a common term that normal
It is
people say
definitely
regularly.
a common thing.
No, it's not.
It is a normal thing. Here in the
Talking
South,
about-
it's normal.
Talking about old sayings.
Here in the South, where we have
I know,
Sonic.
it's the Midwest.
Have you ever heard, don't make me jerk a pop knot on your head?
No,
Wow,
I've not heard
no.
that.
Yeah, I have.
I've heard I'll
And
put a
that-
pop knot on that head. I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That makes more sense than make me jerk a pop knot on your head. How do you jerk a pop knot
Who says
onto
that?
my head? My dad. He says that his dad used to say it, so that's why he says it.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense, yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all.
But just like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Of course you can. I've never had my cake and not eaten it too. Never in my entire life.
That's
Every
true,
time
yeah.
I've had my cake, I've eaten it too.
Yep. And you let me eat it, parents.
Yeah.
People to tell you that, so it makes
Doesn't
no
make
sense.
any sense.
And that's almost as funny as a screen door in a submarine.
Wow, never heard that one either. You're just making stuff up now.
I'm not.
It's almost
There
as
is
funny
a-
as a screen door in a submarine.
Hunter just got it because he was looking up data.
There's a weird explanation for it on
Okay.
Urban Dictionary.
For the boot one?
No, you don't ever look up Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary is the worst.
This one's not too bad, but it's just weird.
Why would you look it up on Urban Dictionary?
Don't
Because
worry
he knew it
about
would be funnier. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To await an event that is expected to happen due to being casually linked to another event that has already been observed. It gets its origin from the joke in this example. A guest who checked into an inn one night was warned to be quiet because the guest in the other room was a light sleeper. As he undressed for bed, he dropped one shoe, which, sure enough, awakened the other guest. He managed to get the other shoe off in silence, but got into bed. An hour later, he heard a pounding on the wall and a shout, "When are you going to drop the other shoe?" Thus, the term, waiting for
Wow.
another shoe to drop.
Wow.
Interesting.
I feel like that was a waste of my time.
That was a waste of your time. Hey, but you know what's not a waste of time? The news. Leaks for Geeks. It is time for the gaming news of the week. And this week we got a lot of things popping off. First and foremost, we were talking about Apple earlier, and we're going right back into the Apple. Apple is now starting Apple Arcade. It's going to be a new game subscription for the iOS, Mac, and Apple TV. And this does not include Android. Sorry, Ryan.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
We'll let you know what we're going to be playing, though.
Okay.
So, some of the games that are going to be revealed on this Apple Arcade excursion, it's going to be Where the Cards Fall, don't know what that is, The Pathless, Lego Brawls, Hot Lava, Oceanhorn 2, Knights of the Lost Realm, Beyond the Steel Sky, Mr. Turtle, Frogger in Toy Town, Lego Art House.
They had one name people know.
Down
Frogger.
in Bermuda, The Bradwell Conspiracy, Project First Light,
The fact that they named it
Sonic Racing.
Oh boy.
There you go.
Sonic.
Doomsday Vault, Hitchhiker, Spider-Saurs, Yaga, Monomoles, Enter the Construct, Overland, Winding Worlds, King of the Castle.
That's a lot of games to start with.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with only two of them being names anybody ever's heard of.
Yeah, but they're going to be good games.
Yeah, because it's Apple. They're going to be awesome.
The whole idea is it's going to be arcadey.
Are they free?
Well, the whole idea...
It's a subscription service.
Yeah, the whole idea is that
you'd sign up for it.
It's called Apple Arcade. And as soon as you hear the word arcade, you kind of think like Connect and kid stuff. And my mind goes to Wii. And then, not that arcade games aren't fun, but they're not worth paying for in the modern day.
I think old school.
I think it's going to be a little more like Switch style, you know? Kind of like some of the Switch games.
We'll see. It's Apple, so I'm not really excited about it.
You had a super random thought of what?
Yeah, it's about Apple.
Okay, shoot for the sky.
It's nothing about the gaming, though. It's just about Apple.
Well, it's like I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Everybody else is working towards this cross-platform thing, right? So you're able to play some PC games with Xbox players and PlayStation now in some games and all this crossover stuff. And Apple's going to come out with their new gaming system that literally doesn't even work on all phones. It's just going to work for Apple products only. Brilliant, Apple. Brilliant. Go ahead.
They're going to make tons of money, though.
They are.
What do you think?
Apple.
Do you guys think it's ironic that Apple chose the name Apple and that their logo is an apple with a bite out of it? I'm going conspiracy theory right here.
Okay, what's the conspiracy?
Hold on.
I think that
Let me think deeper about this.
I'm thinking that when I associate Apple, I think about the garden and the forbidden fruit. And that we're all tapping into this forbidden fruit that's someday going to be the downfall of mankind.
So Apple is the conspirator. Mark of the Beast is in
It's the forbidden fruit.
Well, they're basically saying we want to be the thing that tempts everyone and that they give into for all time. Yes.
Hey,
whether it's actually the downfall.
It already scans your debit card, so that's the mark in the right hand.
Okay, you're getting way out of line here.
Yeah, let's go with it.
I'm just
let her roll.
I'm saying conspiracy. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go for it, I want like Jesse Ventura, Alex Jones style.
Now, hey, heck yeah. Hey, here's
Mark of the Beast. What are you talking about?
Man.
Well, he's talking about the ability to only buy, if you've got the mark. He's saying so they've got that, the buying ability in the phone.
Yeah. It scans
the
your
mark
card
of the beast will
literally...
be very, very visible, though, and it'll be a known thing. That's what it
Tomato,
says in Revelation.
Hey, it's funny. You just said that. That's what I was just about to bring up. Running down a rabbit hole, one of the things that pet peeves me over the years is that everybody says Revelations with an S at the end. And it's like, there's not more than one Revelation.
It's never been.
It's not a book.
Revelations?
No, you said the Revelation. Like, you even emphasized that it's one. And everybody else always says, oh, yeah, I was reading Revelations the other day. And it's like, no, you weren't, because it doesn't exist. There is no Revelations. It's one revelation in one book that tells of this revelation, which is this one thing that happened.
I think I heard
but there's all kinds of things that happen in there. That's true, but they're not each individual revelations.
I think I heard
and the book is not named that.
One of their rap
It's
songs
the
called
book of Revelations.
Oh, yeah, it's just everybody says it.
It's interesting.
Which really, who cares?
Because it's probably another Mandela effect.
Well, the writer who wrote it, which we don't know who it is, people speculate that it was John, he didn't name it Revelation. That's just what we named it, because it's, the revelation of this.
Right.
Who cares if it's Revelation or Revelations, but I still find it funny.
Hey, there's a new revelation.
It's like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John didn't name their books Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, I'm sure.
Right.
There's a new revelation that happened today.
Oh, yeah?
Literally. on this date, 6:54 p.m., this article was posted. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Couldn't believe it. Sony is confirming it will stop letting GameStop and other retailers sell their PS4 download codes.
Oh.
That's what I was asking you about.
Yeah, we were talking about the other day, and at the time
Yeah.
they did, but no more.
Oh.
They're shutting it down.
So you cannot sell used games.
Yep.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing that Xbox One's doing with this whole new no disc drive. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
They're trying to set it up so you cannot buy or sell used games. Every buyer of a game has to pay the new price.
Yep.
Wow,
Sony
that's the
has-
mark of the beast.
Sony has confirmed that it will indeed prevent retailers like GameStop from selling digital download codes for PlayStation 4 games starting April 1st, 2019. Wow, they didn't even give people time to
But they
prepare.
can sell discs, right?
Yeah, but only new ones, right?
Why
No,
is that? No. That you'll still get used
games.
games.
Like
No,
discs.
no, because if you get a used disc, then you have to have a new download code that goes with it, right? Or the old download code that goes with it. You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
on
I
the
get
new
what you're
style
saying. On
games,
the
they
ones-
all come with the download code.
I was thinking more of they can't sell any like download only games. That's what I thought when you were talking about that. But
Yeah, that's how I kind of got it too. But I'm not
Okay.
sure. I haven't bought a used game in a while though,
Neither have I.
with an actual code.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're not even connecting it to used games. You're connecting
No.
it to just download games.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why would somebody, if it's just a download game, ever go to GameStop unless it's used? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
You just
apparently
get
people
it
do.
on PlayStation.
Or they
No,
have
they're-
been
they're
at
not-
least.
They're going there for used ones. That's what I'm saying.
but you can't really buy a used downloadable coded game at GameStop, can you?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was
Because-
just asking Clint about the other day. Because used to, yeah, it's like if I had a program like Microsoft Word or whatever, right, and I wanted to sell it, I could uninstall it from my computer and sell it to you, and you use the key, the code, you know what I mean, to upload it on your computer, and it's ready to go. But I can't have it on my computer anymore. I asked Clint the other day. I said, "Is that how new games work? You know, with the downloading?" And because I've been out of the scene for a while. Clint said, "I don't really know, how the used games system works, but why else would anybody, if you could download it and pay the same price right there at home, right, and get the download code straight from PlayStation, why would you ever go to GameStop unless it's and why would they ever stop GameStop from selling it unless it's a used one? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's got to have some kind of connection to that.
I believe all that's going to be obsolete pretty soon, anyways.
Why is that?
I just feel like when Shadow, like these companies like Shadow finally get their fine
Get to where
tune
they need to
in,
be. Yeah.
and they get where they need to be, we're going to start seeing where you can go to, you just install a Shadow app on your smart TV, and then you get on
Load
there,
up
and
your
all you
controller
need is your
or your
TV and a
keyboard.
controller.
Yeah, well, I mean, that already exists right now. They've got that.
Right,
Shadow has
but I
that.
think it needs
That's
to
what
be
he's saying. Once
fine-tuned.
it's perfected to where
Yeah, but
it
you
needs
It
to
still-
needs to
but
be a
you
little better.
No, same thing, though. It's just like PC. You still have to buy the game, right?
Yes,
And so
correct.
then why don't I have the ability to sell my used game?
I'm just saying, I think we're going to see consoles kind of fade away,
Oh, yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, I agree with that,
and then
because
when
now-
consoles fade away, we have discs that you won't need discs anymore.
Well,
And
you've
you
got
won't even-
Xbox making this no disc console, and Xbox is now making a PC operating system deal, right? I mean, we talked about that too. So you're going to be able to log into your Xbox Live from your PC and run your Xbox game on your PC now instead of an Xbox at all. And so, yeah, I agree with you 100%. They're making the shift. Yeah.
So if that entails
I still want to sell my used
games,
games, and I want to buy used games.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
They're just, and I
That's
think
weird.
it's done purposely because
Money.
I don't know that it really helps them, does it?
No, not at all. It hurts them.
So
Think about every time, like, look, you go buy a good game, like, let's say, I go buy a game like Splinter Cell, right? It's a campaign game. I play through the campaign, single player, and co-op with one of you guys. When I'm done, I go trade it in or sell it. That's what I've always done. If I don't want to play the game anymore, I go sell it and I use that to buy another game. Well, that means the guy can now buy that game from me, the other guy who's been wanting to buy it, and not buy it from them.
Yep.
So there's a lot of guys that do that. They'll just wait a week after a game comes out and they go get the used game. That's just what they always do. They never pay full price. You know what I mean?
nowadays, like with games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you can't even, you try to wait out that price, but it's still what, I think it's still full price, isn't it? $60.
It's like, yeah, 50. I think you can get it for
Is it
50
50 now?
But that's my
For a
thing.
used game?
Yeah.
Yes. That's my thing now, too. I was going to touch on, Ryan. I don't know how long it's been since you've been into a GameStop, but, I mean, they do you over pretty bad now. If you take in a game that's even, a couple weeks old, you're probably going to get half for it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I didn't usually trade anyways. Used to, I would sell the game I have and then go buy used games there.
Yeah.
The way to do it now is sell your games on like Facebook Market and then
that's
go
what I
look
used
at
to do.
used games. Because like now, I think.
But you can't do that if you can't have a download code transfer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But
they're cutting out
Right.
all the
I
trading
bought
part of it.
I bought 2K19 for a good price. It was a download on the PSN, and then I took my one that had it was 2018, and 2019 had just come out not too long ago. I took it in, and they gave me like $4.99 for it.
Wow.
$4.99.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm gonna keep that. So I
that'll
kept
make
it.
you want
I
to just
put it on
punch them in the
Facebook
Peter.
Market. Yeah. Because then you can walk over to the shelf and look, and it's like
$35
$40
Yeah.
still.
Hey,
And so
I called them
it's
about
dirty.
the PlayStation VR just to see kind of what the pricing is at the stores, like what they're giving
For like a used one?
Yeah, $100. That's all they're gonna give me for it.
Oh, that's all they give you for it. Okay, gotcha.
I'm surprised that they didn't even give you that much for it.
$450 item. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but they just kind of run it through the dirt. That's how
But you know they'll sell it at $300
Oh yeah,
or $350, something like that.
it's like when did these video games?
How much is PlayStation VR new?
Well, they sell stuff in bundles, so it's usually not just by itself. I think I probably spent about $350 on it, probably.
Okay.
Actually, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, crazy.
I just think it's wrong, no matter how old the game is. I mean, if you take in 6 to 8 games and they're only offer you $20, something's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's what you got to stick to selling it yourself.
They'll probably be going out of business in the next
So,
in the next
all
10
that
years.
to
They're
say-
probably not going to be around.
The reason I even brought that up though is, this article is kind of about that EB Games or GameStop, it used to be called EB Games, can't sell the used games or used codes or whatever you're saying, or codes in their store anymore.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Then we talked about used games. I'm just saying you don't get a very big advantage about taking used games in there anymore anyways.
No.
And
I don't think I ever did, though.
If you go buy a used game from EB Games or GameStop now that has been out for 6 months, you're still going to pay probably $10 less than a new one. So it's
Okay, I get what you're saying.
they kind of just
Yeah, you're not getting that big. Like you should go and
Dumbed
get it for about 30. Now you're getting it at
Yeah,
50.
I'm not so concerned about it hurting the store. I'm talking about now with Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. That's already taken over stuff like the store. GameStop's old news.
Yeah.
And so you've got Facebook Marketplace. I should be able to take a game and trade you a game for another game, or sell it and buy another game, all on Facebook, right? Or on Craigslist is pretty much dead now too. So Facebook it is, But if you're not able to transfer a download code, then I can't do that. Like the new game that you downloaded and paid for full price, right, that you were just talking about. You can't sell that game used.
No.
Right.
And we don't even really think about that. It's just like, oh, sweet, we click download. No, used to, that game only cost you 30, not 60. Because when you were done with it, you'd get 30 out of it.
Right.
And so it was like, okay, gaming didn't cost quite as much because you always recycled your games. Not Clint. He always kept every game and hated it every time I sold a game. He'd call me the next week after I finally sold a game. Hey, you thinking you want to play whatever it is? And I'm like, no, I literally just sold that. Why would you do that? Because I don't keep every game I've ever owned.
Talked me into buying Borderlands 2 this past
poor.
weekend for $10 or whatever, $20.
Yeah,
You
that
talking
is
about because
weird.
I still have it? Yeah.
I try to be kind of picky about that stuff now. Like, if there's a game I know that I can play over and over again against other people, I'll buy a download of it. But if it's just a story mode game, then I'm definitely going to get a hard copy so I can try to sell it again on a market system of some sort.
Yeah.
At least
But aren't
get
those
$10 out of it.
Don't you download from those too? Does it all download from the disc? Or does it bring a download off?
When you get a disc, it's just going to download the application. So the application from the disc onto your hard drive, and then you just that needs to be on there for your disc to work. After you're done, you erase that. You don't need a code to play that game because it's a hard copy disc.
Okay.
The other ones that Clinton was talking about in store, if you go, if I went on my PSN right now, I wouldn't need a code, obviously, because they already have the codes on there. I just buy it. I purchase it. But if I walk into GameStop and buy one of those cards off the shelf that's the game, Like, NBA, it's going to have a code that I have to go redeem.
Gotcha.
And I think that's what they're talking about. They don't want to sell those anymore in the stores.
Right.
They just want to cut out the middleman and get all the money. 'Cause I'm sure they give a percentage to GameStop for selling those.
Well, they have to, yeah. And they sell them for the same price, so they're selling it for a discount when they sell them to GameStop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Makes
it's
sense.
interesting that Sony went that direction, but Xbox hasn't. But yeah, Xbox is going to a diskless Xbox.
They're gonna do the same thing. Mark my words.
A lot of things are changing in the gaming industry. It seems like every week I'm talking about some company doing something different now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty major
Like,
changes,
that's
too.
Pretty major, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, on to some good news. If you like Apex Legends, you'll be happy to know that their stats just keep getting better.
Nice.
Apex Legends wasn't just a big hit for EA, it was the biggest free-to-play game launch of all time. According to a new report by market research firm Superdata, the figure right now that they're saying is they're estimating that it pulled in a whopping 92 million in February across all platforms, making it one of the top 10 grossing games for the month.
Look, guys, it's a free game. Mm-hmm. The game is free. How did they bring in 92 million on a free game?
All those transactions, man.
Bro, we're addicted, man.
Yep.
We're addicted.
Most of Apex's money was made off consoles, not PC, but it wasn't quite enough to push it past Fortnite on either PC or console. So I think
that's crazy.
For that month, it was the biggest.
Right.
So,
right. Well, hey, we got something right when we talked about that game before it came out. We nailed it. I thought that game looked like a winner, and we all kind of, when we read about it, we were like, "Oh wow, that seems really interesting," and that thing has exploded.
Yeah. It says but Apex was surpassed on consoles by Anthem, which Superdata thinks earned more than 100 million at launch, despite its many well-publicized problems. That's one of the games.
I was going to say, I thought Anthem had some real bad reviews.
Yeah, get some boo-boo reviews.
Didn't do too good on launch. I talked to my other brother-in-law, and he's got it, and he's real into it, and he said they put out a patch and they're fixing some stuff. So who knows? It might survive the bad reviews and make a comeback. But,
yeah, games kind of do that more now.
100 million though, that's good.
That's not too shabby.
That's not.
Well, it's like Clinton said a couple episodes ago, that games now you can make changes to them. You used to not be able to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's not like just because a game comes out and is rough in the beginning doesn't mean that it's not gonna get better now. And we never used to have that kind of aspect. It's like you came out and bombed, you're done. It's over for you. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's like people will keep playing a game and check on its updates for like 2 years, 3 years sometimes.
All the DLC content and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, my phone just did what I was talking about. It was at 3%. I plugged it in to charge it.
And it died.
Dead. Yep,
Those
instantly
Androids,
died.
bro.
I know.
Rest in peace, Android. Hey, we were talking about Stranger Things earlier today.
Yeah.
Talking about it again, just so you guys know. So Stranger Things 3, the game, launching July 4th with the season. Season 3. Yeah, it's going to be a SNES type game. It's going to play, basically they're saying it's going to come out and it's going to play kind of like Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
So the game is going to feature a local split-screen co-op, but not online play, so that kind of stinks.
It's just a little gimmick game to help with the advertising.
Fun little game to play.
It's free, I'm guessing.
So, let's see. Let me make sure here. Hold on.
If it's not free, they made a mistake. They're going to have some angry fans.
But yeah, in the demo they played as Joyce. It's gonna have you're gonna go through the Moody Woods, sterile laboratories. You're gonna solve puzzles, fight baddies, that kind of thing.
His name's Mike, by the way.
Whose name?
That's what I said earlier.
Character. His name's Mike.
You didn't
That's
say
what I said.
Mike, Ryan.
I said let's just call him Mike.
I
mean, it's all recorded, so it'll be verified.
I'm gonna pull. Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna pull Ryan. It's all recorded.
I don't know. Let's just call him Steve.
Hey, what do we just call it, John?
Yeah, it was John. That was the word I used.
That's right. That's Ryan's go-to for everything. Like it's a story
really?
that he's trying to create like a character. It's always John.
Yeah, it was John.
Yep.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
John Doe.
Yeah.
John Doe. Oh, that's good. That's good.
I might have called him Steve. Steve is another go-to for me. And actually,
Steve is a character on there though.
In recent years, Dave. Like ever since
Hey,
what was that movie?
Let me finish before I.
Madagascar. The penguins. Dave!
So, Stranger Things 3 coming out on the Nintendo Switch. That's what it's actually going to come out on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Is it free or no?
It doesn't say if it's going to be free or not, actually.
Most free games like to advertise that they're free, so it probably means it's not free.
Probably like $15. And for an old, like, Nintendo-style game, might be worth it, if it's fun.
Maybe, if it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so, Bethesda. They came out. They're talking about things. And the things is that Fallout 76, Rage 2,
Sucks.
Wolfenstein Youngblood, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and Doom Eternal will officially be coming out on Steam later in the year.
Oh, really? I didn't know those weren't... I guess I expected a lot of those games were on Steam.
Not
Just
yet.
never checked. Gotcha.
So they're going to be coming out. Not a big shocker. I mean, a lot of the Bethesda games are already out on Steam, but
Yeah.
I guess there was some talk about, are they going to put it on Epic's launcher, on their store.
Oh, okay,
kind of
okay.
thing. And so Bethesda is confirming that they will stick with Steam, and it'll be coming out on Steam. Hey, good news for those of us that already got a Steam library.
Hey, Ryan, I can't hear you again.
Wow, I don't even remember muting it. I think I burped or something and just muted it real quickly. I'm trying to be polite, because we're trying to get more skillful in muting it if I need to like grab a drink or something like that, and we don't make a bunch of sounds in the background.
Right.
But sometimes I just forget because I got like an article pulled up on my computer and I clicked mute. I don't even remember hitting mute that time. So,
Hey, Okie
oh well,
the
you guys have to forgive me.
Okie the Oak Tree says Apple is superior, just so you know. He's my kind of guy. Hey, if I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid, I'm going all in. Just straight pitcher.
Only an Apple person would even say is superior, right? Like, who's gonna, Android is superior.
Hey, my Apple phone is still alive.
We still love you, Okie.
My phone's still alive. And well.
I'm with
What's your
you,
phone
Okie
doing?
the Oak Tree.
Yeah, we're
Ryan's
with you.
phone's sitting over there with a gravestone next to it. I'm dead.
No, I think Apple is definitely superior over a lot of things. I mean, they're superior over oranges in most cases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
Superior
one of those
over
things.
your mom.
It all matters what you're comparing it to. Yeah, yeah.
All sorts of things. I like it.
Hunter said what? Like he didn't understand the reference to an apple and an orange being fruit and not a brand.
I got it.
Okay,
I was
just making
saying
sure.
What like that was so
It was kind
Far-fetched.
of random. It was really
Clever.
kind of a sad, like, he was already kind of
Yeah.
and then he was like,
Yeah.
I still want to punch a little bit.
I wanted something funny and couldn't quite come up with it in time.
Right.
It was one of
He
those,
just
yeah.
could've wafted out.
Right.
that was my like
Right.
what?
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
the
funny.
tension.
Wow.
Anise.
Man,
Josh Mather, you got problems, bro. You got to
Yeah.
watch that. You know what I'm saying?
we eventually need to get us a what do they call those for your chat that kind of monitor
Filter?
stuff?
Filters.
No, usually you have a person that can come on here and just
Oh,
kind
I just let it kind of whoo out there. You know.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if you can block anything anyways, can you? I mean,
I don't know.
you can't like
so.
check it before it comes through. It's okay. Hey,
can't.
if it stinks, it stinks. It's just the way things are.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh,
bro.
Ann said it's an admin. That's the word we're looking for. Thanks,
An
Ann.
admin. There you go.
We
Yes. Thank you. Ann.
We are on the slow side over here.
Play Fortnite.
Oh, I suck at Fortnite, Josh. I suck at Fortnite. We're
This
talking
is-
people. I shoot at someone and then a tent goes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
More than a tent, a skyscraper's built, and I'm still down there like looking for hot dogs or something. I don't know what's going on. Apex Legend, at least I accidentally like the game ends and it shows I got some damage.
Yeah.
Fortnite, I'm
Fortnite's
like,
just
I don't
gotten
even
too
know.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, I went to play. I tried VR out with Clint yesterday, and we went into a game within a game, and someone had built a Fortnite mod in the VR game, and it was like so weird. It was just like you're running around, and everybody was just like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like we're all friends instead of shooting each other. And then all of a sudden, someone just headshot me out of nowhere and was like
He
a
didn't
little
headshot
dance.
you. Whoa, no. This guy was like, "Hey, you want that item?" Ryan's like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "Go ahead, get it." And Ryan steps in front of him, and the guy just nails him in the back of the head, kills him. That's what happened.
So that wasn't a headshot?
You make it kind of sound like
think
someone
in
from far away.
Technical terms, that's a headshot.
Oh no, it was a guy standing right. I thought he was standing right in front of me. Like, because it showed me, like, my view go up after I was dead. And he was just, like, standing there, like, what's cool is they got the little hands that'll move like real life. So he's, like, did a
Swinging
little,
his
like, throw
hands.
slit, like he got me.
Yeah.
What is this,
Devil.
VR
He
chat?
said, he said you got naded. That's what he said. You
No,
got
this
naded.
is a VR game.
Yeah,
I
but
know,
it's
it's
kind of a
just
VR,
VR
chat
chat.
type deal. Yeah, kind of. But you can create.
There's a game
you can
called
create
VR chat.
games
You can
within
go
the
to
game.
all these different rooms and different places and talk
That's
with
kind of how
people.
this is. It's Rec Room.
Yeah.
Is the name of it.
It's called Rec
Oh,
Room.
Rec
yeah.
Room. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to be there next time. You guys have a great adventure.
Yeah, we need
It'd be great.
Yeah.
We need to definitely do a big like game night.
Oh, we just need to get back to Resident Evil. Like I'm just going crazy the fact that we haven't gotten back and played it again.
I know.
I hear these awesome stories of all these games you guys play, and then I go over to Clinton's house and we just sit around, So
Wow. Gonna throw that out there. That's because
You're the one that had a whole week off at home and didn't even game.
Because you're bringing me steaks and orange vanilla Coke, bro.
Oh, he's lathering you up.
He is.
I get what's happening.
Makes me a little.
like I lathered those steaks up.
Lathering steaks. Liking it. Okay, so another big announcement. If you're into MMOs and you are into Elder Scrolls Online, you got to check out Elder Scrolls Online from March 28th until Wednesday, April 3rd. They're giving the game out free to play during this time in honor of 25 years of service.
Nice.
So, yep, it's been 25 years since they've done Elder Scrolls Arenas. You get full access to the game. It's free to play with everybody, so go for it. Make a dark elf, make an orc,
Yeah.
make a Breton, and call them Ryan, because that's what they look like.
Yeah, erp this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do it big. Do it big. I'll probably not be on there because I'll be editing the podcast. But those of you out there playing games, hit me up and let me know.
He's working on the podcast unless Ryan comes over, then he plays cool games.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh, whoever that is, said, "Do yours just talk?" I'm not sure what that even means, Josh.
No, he said, do yous just talk? It must be from New York.
Oh, do yous
Yeah,
just
New
talk?
York and
Okay.
yous.
Do you guys just talk on you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
pretty
why
much.
it's a talk show and podcast.
It is a podcast.
Yeah. But thank you for asking, Josh.
Yep.
We do play every once in a while on Twitch, but not often, and we do game reviews and things like that on here too. But
Yeah,
it is a
definitely.
talk show.
It is.
If you know anybody who'd like to support us, we might be able to do more things on Twitch in the future
Yeah, as we grow.
as we grow.
But yeah, do use talks? Yeah, we talks all the time, bro.
Actually, I
All
suddenly
the
got
time.
offended. We don't just talk, we talk. Yeah.
About
Yeah.
important things.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see.
when we talk, it's not just talking. It's better than that.
The talk.
Thanks, Josh.
I like Josh, even if he's a little sneaky. Oh, Stinky Pete.
Why did you laugh at that? Like, I don't even know what's funny about that.
I think
It was
there's
Stinky
better than
Pete.
it was better than your apple and orange joke.
Yeah.
just
It
went
was.
over
It
your
was
head, though.
definitely
Apple
better,
oranges.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of that,
Oh, my
Ryan,
gosh.
what
Look.
you got?
Are ye scurvy dogs? Where's me loot?
It's time for gadgets and gifts. And we're going to let the hunter dog take it away.
What?
I'm
is
going to
up,
interrupt
guys?
you before you even say anything, Hunter.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I was just going to say that next time I'm calling dibs on gadgets and gifts. Sounds like a fun segment, and I kind of want to steal it from you, for at least one hijack.
You can take it any time, bro. If you got
Hey.
anything to add tonight, you go ahead and throw it on there. I didn't want this to just be exclusive to me. I want you
No,
to
it
know
wasn't. I know that too. It just has been so far, and it just hit me like in the moment. I was like, gadgets and gifts kind of sounds like,
It's like I'm kind of missing out.
yeah, that's exactly how
I
I
haven't
felt.
had a chance to rumble with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, just laying it out there, that way the producers and editors can hopefully help me out next time, and they can feed that one to me.
Hey, next time you can throw me out a little something. Just say, hey, I would rather, then let me know.
Oh, no, I just thought about it this time, like just now in the moment.
Oh,
So, no
okay.
big deal. Yeah.
I got you.
I still love you guys, even though you give me the brunt end of the stick. You know what I mean? It's no big
Brunt
deal.
end or blunt end?
No, it's
Here
the
we
brunt
go.
end.
Is it brunt or blunt?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It
The
is.
blunt
It's,
end would be getting beat with a mace, and that sounds pretty
Yeah,
painful.
it's
The brunt
obviously-
end, I've never heard anybody say, oh, you got hit with the brunt.
it's obviously
the
the
brunt of
blunt
that sword.
end. Why would it be brunt? It's obviously blunt.
Okay.
Doesn't even make any sense. Why would somebody say brunt end?
So I won the argument.
No, I'm saying it's blunt end.
No, you just said it's time for the brunt end of the stick. Or I'm getting the brunt end of the stick. You said it with
I'm
the
pretty
brunt.
sure you mixed something up. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure I didn't.
Well, nobody's ever even seen the brunt end of a stick, so I doubt I
He's
said
gonna be
that.
getting proven wrong all night on this podcast. It's gonna be great when I edit this thing together.
Hey, I have to give you victories sometimes because I'm tired of you just kind of looking depressed over there in defeat, you know?
I've never looked depressed in defeat.
Oh, you just always look good in defeat?
I do.
Welcome to the Married Couple Podcast. This is
Hey, that's what happens, guys.
There's
if you
no
have any
common
friends
law
that
yet
you've
here in Oklahoma.
if you have any friends that you've been friends with for a long time, you might as well be a married couple. But you're definitely that's just how it goes. That's what makes life fun. That's that. Hunter, we still love you too, and soon we'll be bickering with you like we're married also.
nice. I look forward to it.
You can look forward to
You
that.
two already bicker.
Yeah.
You're on him about the mic, and he's on you about, you.
What do you got for us, Hunter?
So I'm going to start out today with something. These are all toddler and baby gadgets today. I always think those are funny.
Okay, go for it.
Especially when they're... I'll just let you guys decide on some of the stuff. But anyways, this first one I have is called the original tummy tub for the baby bath.
Just so you guys know, we try not to... Hunter doesn't tell any of us about what it is he's going to bring up until now.
Yes.
And a lot of times we'll search it up during the show so we can, really enjoy that first impression of this thing. What is it called again, Hunter? Sorry.
The original tummy tub baby bath.
Okay.
And so check it out. Basically, this is a baby bath that's being sold, and it's basically a 5-gallon bucket.
Wow.
Huh?
It's a
What?
plastic tub.
$85 on fishpond.com.
Yeah, it's $85.
$61 on ebay.com.
Right? You can get it for a steal at just under $50 on Amazon.
Yeah, $48. That's what I just
It is
saw.
literally, folks, it's a transparent bucket.
Guys, it's not even a 5-gallon bucket. We're talking about like a 3-gallon flower pot. It's kind of curved at the bottom.
Make sure
This
your
is
kid
not-
doesn't drown,
Yeah, it's not a 5-gallon bucket. It's even smaller. Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hijack right here.
No, go ahead.
But if you scroll down on Amazon after you've pulled up this tummy tub baby bucket, or baby bath, sorry.
Wait, I gotta go to Amazon now. 'cause
If
I'm
you scroll
gonna go to
down,
images.
everything else is like toy buckets, like the little blue and red buckets with the ropes on them.
yeah.
That's what's
For
in the
sure.
category with it. Like
Wow.
Amazon recognizes that it's not really a bath, guys. Come on,
Like,
Right.
You
It's
have
a
better
bucket. Okay.
options.
that's
So
funny.
I got a couple funny reviews here. Andrew wrote on here, 1 star, biggest joke on the internet. He said, "This is a $50 bucket, folks. Joke's on me. It's a plastic bucket. Functionality. Dang it, man! I can't even say that. It's function, basically, is what he says.
Functionality.
Functionality.
I couldn't get that one out. Sometimes you know the word, but it's just
Yeah.
not working today. That was it.
That was most
Is
of
what
Ryan's
you'd
childhood.
expect. Its functionality is what you'd expect from a plastic bucket. So Andrew bought this for some reason. It didn't sound like he had high hopes for it at the beginning anyways.
Yeah, like why did you buy it, Andrew?
I don't know, yeah. And it kind of turned out that way. But so this is basically not even a 5-gallon bucket. Like Ryan said, it's smaller, little bucket. And then I got one.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Yeah.
You know how you go to Amazon usually.
Uh-oh.
Usually on Amazon, there's 6 or 8 really detailed pictures of whatever the product is, from different angles.
Right.
This is just one picture. There's no secondary picture. It's like, guys, it's a bucket. I mean, everything
That's
about
what
it
it
is
is.
just like,
I'm looking
you
at
don't
some
need
of these
to.
reviews. They're like super in depth about how great this thing is, and it's like,
Oh, because it just, it's the way it's curved at the bottom. Your kid just sits in there on his butt and he can't tip over and you just bathe him and, you know what I mean? It's just like, come on, guys.
man, I'm mad that these people are making
It's
all
not
this
that it
money.
doesn't. It's not that it doesn't work. Probably. It's just it's a
Right.
bucket.
Customer.
But it's an
everything-
amazing bucket because it's $50.
Yeah.
And
Listen to
it's
this.
clear so you can see where you're washing.
Yeah. It says.
I want an adult bucket to wash it, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Customer number 5 rated it 3 stars and said the tub seemed very well made, but my child screamed every time we tried it, so I had to return it.
You think?
Wow.
Sharon.
Hey guys, just so you know, there are fancier looking buckets. Like this
Yeah.
person basically said, "Hey, there's all these people making, and they are bucket shaped, but they got like something about them that make them look less buckety. You know what I mean?
There's a bigger lip on
They
the
didn't
top.
do that on here. They didn't do that on here.
No, on this one he was just like, nah, let's just call it what it is. Let's make it look like a bucket.
Yeah.
You know, where's the handle?
It could be a
I
bucket.
guess they didn't
or
want
maybe
people to
like
accidentally.
like a bathroom trash can, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Yeah. A little curved bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That's good.
Okay. Good one, Hunter. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Simple.
It
but
says one more, and then we'll move on. Sharon said, "I envision this to be a soothing experience for my baby. Instead, I nearly had a heart attack, as it's near impossible to hold on to the baby while washing because they're so slippery.
Oh, like
probably
you're just
gonna
spinning
baby.
around in there.
Baby's just so slippery, you know. You
Wow.
can't hold your baby up. I imagine her like using that is it Swanson's or who does the baby oil?
Johnson's.
Johnson's.
Oh yeah, Johnson's.
Baby oil.
Yeah.
And they're
you'll
using
learn
that
that
in
well.
the bath, and it's just like spinning, you know, no friction because of oil.
Then
Okay,
they're playing
well,
with your kid, like looks like that scene from what was it, Ghosts, where Demi Moore and the one dude are playing with the clay. But that's the
Yeah.
movie, you know.
Just so you guys know, the overall rating on the product, though, 4 stars.
yeah, I got
That's-
3.5
you know what
here on
that-
Amazon.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
We're idiots. That's what it means.
Yeah.
We are idiots. As
Well,
a society.
you've heard of the Apple EarPods Club. This is the Tummy Tub Club. So
Crazy.
if you want to go out and buy your kid the cheap $50 tummy tub, go for it. If you want to feel even better about yourself and go get the $80 tummy tub, check it out. So
Either way, it's all good.
my next item on the list is the Daddy Saddle. The
Okay.
Casual Daddy Saddle Child Western Horse Toy Saddle. This is another one you can get on Amazon. It's literally a toy saddle that you strap on Daddy's back and you ride him around the house.
I think that's sexist. Mom can't saddle up.
Yeah. Why does he gotta have Daddy in it, right? So, this is, I do remember like acting like my dad was a horse when I was younger and
Oh, yeah.
jumping on his back, but I don't feel like I ever needed a saddle. I just grabbed the shirt,
Well, nowadays you got to have safety first. It's got a handle on it and a pad on the back and everything, guys. Oh, hey, okay. First picture I pulled up. It's his kid. Why? I have no clue. It's a daddy saddle, right? So it's supposed to be like a horse. So the kid should be dressed up in like maybe a Western outfit, right? No, he's a pirate. He's got a pirate eye patch on and the whole pirate get up riding the daddy saddle. I see no connection.
I'm looking at a guy right now that's a cop. Well, I guess that
Oh,
makes
nice.
sense, though. I guess a cop, you have those cops.
They ride
that
horses sometimes, yeah.
in New York, Makes no
Yeah,
sense.
that's a stretch.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
It's on.
I wonder if they make like extra large ones for bigger daddies or how that works. You know what I mean?
No, Ryan, they're not accommodating you.
Oh, okay. Well, if it
So-
was me, I would say double X, but
This is up to you guys. I have a really good review for this, and then there's another one I haven't read yet that looks like it's gold. It's called "It Was Okay Until That Fateful Day."
Okay.
yes,
Go for
let's read them.
Okay, let me read the first one. It says not appropriate. Wonder Woman. She reviewed this as a 3-star and said it's not appropriate for dressage. Please note that this daddle is Western style and will not be appropriate for those trained in English father riding methods, whereby one holds a rein in each hand and posts the trot. If you are looking forward to father jumping, father fox hunting, father polo, or daddy dressage, you will not be able to find this use for this daddle.
Wow.
Western daddle riders hold the reins with one hand. They sit in one trot. The pommel or horn on this daddle is meant to hold a lariat, which is useful when roping cattle or other competition.
Are they saying daddle?
Yes.
Yeah,
Or are you saying daddle?
it's
Okay.
daddle. They call it a daddle.
There's
Okay.
the battle.
Okay, so that was hilarious. I loved that one. Let's check out this one. I can't promise you anything because I haven't read it yet, but let's try it. We got a 4-star from Wayfinder titled "It Was Okay Until That Fateful Day." It says the daddle is a unique and interesting device. My kids loved it. We shot some videos and took some stress off my back. That is until the fateful day my wife bought the boy some spurs.
Oh, no.
No.
I should have known something wasn't right when I first heard the jingle, jingle, jingle as he came striding merrily along. But I wasn't fast enough when he hopped on my back and kicked me in the sides.
Oh.
I about came unglued. it wouldn't have been so bad if the spurs weren't the long star pointy type. Unfortunately, we have a 10-foot ceiling in the living room because the rotten kid's head came within came within 4 inches of it with the first kick. He didn't have time for a second when, unthinking, I stood straight up, forgetting the child attached to my back.
Well, you're lucky, Dad, that the spur only hit you in the side, because my mind was already somewhere else.
Yeah. To this credit, he managed to hang on. That was when I regretted allowing the child to put a belt around my neck to simulate a bridle.
Wow.
I nearly popped eye sockets when his fist clenched that belt and his full weight was applied to my trachea. That did have the effect of dropping me back down to the floor pretty quickly. This would have been the end of it, except for the fact that his offspring from Hades, apparently enjoying the experience, decided to spur me again. Somewhat harder this time. It's a good thing I was wearing trousers or I would have left my horsey patties all over the living room. Have you ever tried to remove a child from your back when he's attached by saddle and stirrup? Suffice to say, I now understand and fully sympathize with how a bucking bronco feels, being somewhat more intelligent than a horse. Although in retrospect I am thinking not that much smarter. I laid down and rolled carefully to try not to crush the boy. That did not prevent him from digging the spurs into a third time, which caused me to sit straight up and threw him over my head, where fortunately my easy chair cushioned his fall. No, we have not stopped using the daddle, but I do conduct a thorough inspection of feet prior to any and all rides. The belt is now attached to the daddle directly rather than going around my neck, and my wife has been kindly and politely asked to never, ever again buy a set of spurs, or in fact anything ever again for our kids without a direct knowledge.
Wow. That's
Nice.
awesome. That was a really good review.
That was an amazing review. I am crying. Who knows if it was all correct, but I loved it. Thank you.
Hey, even if it was
Very
made
much
up, it was a
Wayfinder.
good- It was a good story. Like, even if-
Oh, man. Well, I got one more, but I don't know if it's going to top that one. So do we
That's all
have
right.
time?
Fire off.
This third one is a potty training urinal for boys.
Okay.
Yes, you heard me right. Not a potty training seat, a potty training urinal for boys.
What's it called?
That's exactly what it's called on Amazon. Potty training urinal for boys.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Nice name. Real
Okay.
clever.
Yeah. So I got one here. I mean, it's literally just like a little urinal, plastic urinal on a stand. There's one of these. The one I originally saw maybe is a different one that has a couple more pictures. Ryan. It's called Cute Frog Potty Training Urinal for boys.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, funny aiming target.
If you go down in the Google images, there's a picture of a naked boy.
Yep.
Facing
Oh, wow.
the urinal, and the stream that he's shooting is like perfectly like arched, and he's like a pro at peeing. I've never seen anybody, man nor child, pee that perfectly.
Are you talking about the one that's got like the 50s comb over and one hand in his butt crack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like the perfect.
Hey, just the picture of this frog thing you're talking about. The target that Hunter's talking about is the frog's tongue. So the kid is aiming for the frog's tongue.
Yeah.
As
know,
you
it
do,
spins.
it spins. Yeah, it's got like little paddles on it. So as you pee, you keep it spinning, almost like a little wheel. You know what I mean? That is funny.
That is hilarious.
This person commented and said, meh, and it's a 1 star. It says, the potty is definitely adorable, but my grandson ends up with more urine on them than in the potty. The urine streams tends to hit the little wheel and then sprays all over the kid.
Yeah, bad design. Bad design. Should have did something different though.
But when you see
That's
the
funny.
picture, like when you see the picture of the product, it looks like it would be like, you're envisioning like a full-size urinal. But it's
Yeah, I
actually
think it's tiny though,
quite
isn't
a
it?
bit smaller. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty little.
Okay.
Like it's 11 inches by 8 inches.
Like I know it's small because it's $12. So
Yeah.
there's no way it's anything very big.
Well, like even on
Right.
this Facebook page, or on our Facebook page, the image that I'm about to post, you'll see, Hunter, if you check out the Facebook page next Wednesday, the urinal is as big as the toddler in the picture. So They're definitely
Yeah.
false advertising there.
Yeah, for sure. I think there is bigger ones you can get because there's another review on here that says that he'd seen some in stores that were bigger and that he was surprised when he got this one in the mail. So maybe the pictures you're seeing are the ones that are bigger.
I think there's people nowadays, they just purposefully design stuff like that's going to be sold on Amazon, so you can't really, most people don't go and read the specs. So they know, hey, this looks just like the other stuff that's selling. We're just going to make it as small with as little materials as possible and sell it specifically on Amazon where people aren't going to go hands-on. And when they get it, it's small, but oh well. You know what I mean? Most people aren't going to return it. That's how people design things now, I think. That's funny.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
got different versions of it. They got the frog. They've got, I see one here, it's like a whale. It's upside down, and I don't know what you're peeing on there, but
There's one that's
maybe
got like
the
cow print on the outside of it.
Never heard of a kid urinal, but that's not a bad idea. It's like that lady who she made I don't know if when you're learning to pee, like my dad used to throw Cheerios and stuff in the toilet and you'd try to hit them, like shoot them.
Yeah.
That's what helped you with your aim. He made a game out of it. Well, there was a mom, I don't know, it's been about probably 7-8 years now, and she made toilet time targets, I think is what they're called. And they're disposable paper. They get thrown in and they have targets that you blast out with your
That's
pee,
pretty
and then
sweet.
they get flushed. Yeah, she's made millions. Just millions and millions off of this thing.
Smart.
Yeah.
So you need to do gadgets next time, bro. You already got to unlock. It's going to be
Already a
awesome.
gadget guy anyway, so.
One more little thing to sign off on this segment today. There's one more review I wanted to do about the frog one. And it says, great urinal, but the tongue is too tight. We love this urinal, and it's the only thing my son will use now. We had to get a few extra sticky hooks to be able to move him between downstairs, upstairs, and the garage. Depending on where we're playing, he gets only 4 stars because the red tongue is too stiff for most adults to move with the urine stream, much less two-year-old who is potty training. He was pretty disappointed.
That's why it's splattering so bad.
Yeah,
That tongue's not. Yeah, it's just you're spraying something solid in there, you know.
Yeah. He was pretty
That's
disappointed that he couldn't get the tongue to spin, so we tried to take it out and loosen it up by shaving the post so that it would be looser. Don't do this. Don't be like us because we broke it trying to remove it. So just buy the frog anyways, leave the tongue alone, and treat it as a stretch goal that someday your son might be able to get that thing to move.
That's funny.
Good. Well, hey.
You know, knowing most boys, you pee on it, and then you're frustrated that it didn't move, and you reach in and just flick it to make it move.
Mm-hmm.
Not even thinking about the fact that you now have urine all over your hands. That's probably what most potty training boys would do.
And you probably get a little pee in your face, you know, if it flips enough. So.
True. Ooh, that might be part of it too. They don't want it to spin too fast.
Yeah.
Because it just starts like a fan.
Just throwing pee all over.
Throwing piss all over everything.
Oh, man. That's too bad.
Oh, man.
Now that we're talking about it, I just scrolled back up, and for some reason, I'm looking at this frog again. Now just scroll up and look at him. If you guys got him pulled up on your screen, look at the frog. Does he suddenly look depressed, like his eyes? Like, look at where the shine marks are on his eyes. And it's kind of like, oh, like you're peeing in my mouth. He just got this look.
All I wanted to do was eat some bugs, and now I'm eating your pee.
Yep. This is
He
my
doesn't
life.
look happy. Yeah, he doesn't look happy at all. His eyes are kind of droopy.
He almost looks kind of shocked. Like, did you just pee in my mouth?
Like,
Yeah. That's why his mouth is open so wide. He's like, oh.
So if you're listening to this podcast Friday when we release it, go to the Facebook page, check it out. The little boy's peeing in his mouth, and he's got a shocked look on his face. Yep.
Hey, I want to remind you guys, when you're going to Facebook, we always talk to you guys about, sharing and liking. But one of the big things that's really going to help us grow on the Facebook page is to invite your friends. Go to the invite friends on Facebook and click as many friends as it'll let you invite. Send those invites out. Send people our way. Even if they don't become regular listeners, they'll definitely help us.
And another thing, if you're listening to us on iTunes, please, if you have time, try to, give us a star rating on there and throw in a review. The better reviewed we are on iTunes, the more we go up on the list, which means we'll be found easier, so other people can check us out and find some gaming needs and some comedy, and feel like they can relate as dads. So definitely do that, and like we always say,
stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
and stay gaming. Thank you for listening to the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast. For more information on our product, you can visit our website at deliriousdadsgaming.com. Also, be sure to check out our Facebook page, where we give up-to-date information on the show, on what's going on in our lives, and news within the gaming world. Please be sure to share and like our page, as we want to try to grow our community and our audience. You can find our podcast on podbean.com. We're also located on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. Thank you for listening to the show. We look forward to seeing you next time.